In case you guys are wondering, my shirt says, "You got goat?" It's a legit question, I'm curious. Did your brother ever frame you for something he did when you were kids? This is like a regular occurrence. It happened like all the time. We both framed each other. So it turned out that we were both in trouble the same amount of time. What was something weird you did as a kid? I played with Hot Wheels a lot, but I wouldn't actually race them around. I would just line them up and organize them by color. I don't know why. What movie scared you as a kid? I was pretty scared of The Rescuers Down Under. I mean, those rats had some ulterior motives. How was your school's lunches back then? The supposed pizza that we were supposed to eat was somehow burnt and soggy at the same time. What is one thing you wish you could change about your past? I would have probably tried to get away with a lot more things, but I was just a respectful kid back then. But now I'm not, am I right? What's your first kiss story? Of course it's with Amanda. Were you a smart kid? I wasn't a dumb kid. Can you show us a picture that is really weird? Sure, here you go. Can you show us a pic of when you were a kid? If you can pause on it. Oh. What's your middle name? Legally, I don't have one, but that's because the government is just so amazing in everything that they do. But my mom tried to give me the middle name Peter. Favorite Halloween costume you had as a kid? One time I went as an old man and I tricked my grandpa. What is your nostalgia video game? Oh my gosh! One of my most favorite video games would have to be Star Wars The Phantom Menace on PS2. Actually, I'm thinking about making a video where I play that. Obviously just making fun of it because it's a terrible game, but it's so much fun. Why were you so addicted to food as a kid? We, as the entire human race, are kind of addicted to food, you know, because you die if you don't eat it. Have you ever stole something from your parents? Yes, my mom actually had a little jar of quarters that before school, I would just sneak a quarter out. And then while I was at school, I would buy myself a giant cookie. And then I confessed that to my mom and she's like, oh, that's what that jar was for. And I was like, the only time in my life I thought I was a BA was just taken from me. What age were you when you discovered Harry Potter? I was in 7th grade. I realize that doesn't answer your question, but I have no idea what age I was in 7th grade. What was the first way you asked someone out? The first time I actually asked someone out, she said no. But every time after that I asked out a girl, they said yes. And later I found out that the first girl I asked out was in fact gay. So my record is still untarnished. Did you dress nerdy when you were a kid? No, I grew into the nerdiness. Actually, me and my brother, up until 6th grade, were forced to match our clothes by my mother. Here's a quick picture to prove it. Did you play with any toys as a kid? If so, what toys? Oh, you know, rulers, protractors, hammers, chisels, you know, the normal kid toys. When you were a kid, did you ever play Game Boy hours on end? No, I was actually one of the kids that went outside. So. Scale of 1 to 10, how awkward of a child were you? I was actually a good looking child. I was like one of those kids that were like, dang, he's gonna be a good looking man. And then I fooled them all. Did you believe in cooties when you were younger? I always liked the ladies. I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted to do is hold a girl's hand or kiss a girl or hug her. I didn't really find out there was much else till, well, recently. Did you get bullied in school? Yes, I did, but I just walked away from those losers and I didn't get bullied anymore. Were you ever the teacher's pet? If a chihuahua is anything like a teacher's pet, then yes. Loud all the time and just so annoying. What's one thing you remember as being the worst ever in school? Just all of it, just everything to do with it. What kind of discipline did your parents use on you when you were younger? Spankings. And you know, as a result of it, I'm a productive member of society. I hate it. What was your favorite elementary school memory? When I peed in my pants in the middle of class. Oh, what was your favorite elementary school memory? I'm sorry, I got confused. So it was the time where I pooped? No, I'm just kidding. Worst first day of anything? Example, schools, jobs, dates? First day of kindergarten, that was tough. I was just convinced that my mom had it all wrong, that she was supposed to leave me somewhere. I was just like, what? How does this work? You just leave me and you never come back? Why? I didn't actually end up going on the first day. I cried too much. At family functions, do you hide in your room or be social with family? I was forced to be social with family, you know? You gotta get the cheeks pinched. All 4 of them. I had a weird family. How many girlfriends did you have before Amanda? None! Sega or Nintendo? I've actually never played Sega before. I've never ever actually even held a Sega controller because no one bought me one and I was super young at the time. The time when I could actually afford a Sega, I just bought a PS4 instead. Did you ever leave your Legos out on purpose so your brother or parents would step on them? No, but when I was playing Legos, my brother didn't like playing Legos as much as I did and would just chew on them. So all the time I would just find all my Legos just with bite marks. Most important part of your life as a kid? Oh no, wait, I know the answer, it's food. You made it clear on your diary entries. I think you're clever, huh? Who was your first teacher in school? Mrs. Longbottom. Longbottom. Worst first teacher name ever. Can you imagine having a teacher named Longbottom when you're first in school? You're just like, Longbottom? J-Fred? He's okay. What's your zodiac sign? I think it goes like, or, right? It's a gang, right? Zodiac? Can you reenact you learning to ride a bike? Cue scene. Whoa, look how good I am! Whoa, I'm flying! I'm on the treetops, Dad, look at me! You're doing good, son. I was talented. Did you have to share a room or bed with J-Fred growing up? I shared a room with J-Fred. Literally, I was still dating Amanda. How do you feel about gay, lesbian, and bi people? Same way I feel about British people. They're pretty cool. What's the worst fear you had as a kid that you don't have anymore? My worst fear as a kid was if my parents were to ever die. And I don't have that fear now because inheritance, am I right? I'm just kidding. I can make that joke because my mom doesn't watch my videos. Thanks, Mom. Did your mom ever embarrass you in public? No, but she embarrassed J-Fred. And I'm gonna use that story. He was outside one day, I think we were there at Disneyland or something, and she was like, I think you need bigger underwear. And he was like, shut up, Mom.
How old is he?
I don't know, like 14. What was the best thing you ever achieved as a kid? Fission. What? Fusion, vision, what? When you were first dating Amanda, what were you most worried about? Homework, school, or Amanda? I was most worried about Amanda. I couldn't give a crap about school. In fact, school at that time was only an excuse to see Amanda, and homework was an excuse to hang out with her after class. So really, it was just all about you, babe. Hope you enjoyed that video. I want to give a big shout out to TD Bank for sponsoring this video. Doing this Ask Matt about my childhood and about my past made me really nostalgic, remembering all of the things that I don't typically think about on a normal day. TD made this pretty awesome throwback video on their channel, kind of centered around the same idea. They wanted to thank their customers for sharing some of their biggest moments together. I'm not gonna lie, it got pretty emotional. Like this if you cry every time. Anyways, go check out that video by clicking my face or the link down in the description below. And for future Ask Matt, ask me parenting questions below. They could be anything about parenting or parents. Ask me it down in the comments below, and we will see you next time. High five.